We do have a phone call this morning. RD is on the line. Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
I'm good. You know what today is?
What's today?
Famous day in history.
What's that?
Not D-Day. That was a couple days ago.
Today is the 49th anniversary of the day Israel attacked the United States.
Interesting.
Israel, I didn't realize Israel attacked the United States.
I didn't get that in my physical courses.
The USS Liberty. 34 men died, 171 wounded, and the ship was destroyed. And it never gets mentioned on the news. I mean, I hear Benghazi mentioned 50 times a day on talk radio, but no one ever mentions the USS Liberty. Why do you think that is?
I'd have to look up. I got a Wikipedia USS Liberty while I'm at it, but why don't you tell us why you think that is?
I think because the Israeli government apologized profusely and said that it was a huge accident that never meant to happen, and that's probably why it doesn't get played up as much.
Do you support the troops?
Absolutely.
All of them?
Absolutely.
How about the survivors of the USS Liberty? Because they say the American flag was prominently displayed. In fact, the only time it was removed was it had so many holes in it from being shot that they removed it for about 30 seconds and put up even a bigger one.
So does that mean we should be supporting the Palestinians over the Israelis? Is that the
No, we shouldn't be giving $3.1 billion a year to Israel after they attacked us.
Well, that's a legitimate discussion.
Look how we support Japan after they attacked us, so I guess we shouldn't do that either. Or
Correct.
Or Germany.
We help Germany. Yeah.
We shouldn't give them money either.
Or
yes,
Mexico and Mexico.
I agree with that, yeah.
Yeah, we shouldn't support them. It says here that Israel apologized for the attack, saying the USS Liberty had been attacked in error after being mistaken for an Egyptian ship.
Yeah, it had the American flag. All the survivors swear the American flag was prominently displayed, and it was intentional. And the reason they did it, this is according to the survivors, they feel that they wanted to drown everybody on board, kill everyone, and blame it on Egypt so that we would fight Israel's war.
Well, it's something that we could certainly take up, but I want to get back to the
Thanks
Trump
for the
thing
call,
for now.
Andy.
But thank you for the call. I appreciate it.
You know what yesterday was?
Do I know what it was? Like what, Thursday?
It was like a historic event happened.
What's that?
50 years ago yesterday, the USS Liberty was attacked. 34 crew members died. 171 were wounded. And I watched news all day, listened to news on radio all day. Not one mention.
Well, there was one very important thing happened yesterday while everybody was chewing on the testimony and so on that took up 99.9% of the news people's time. Secretly, the Senate, U.S. Senate, passed a bill deregulating the banks. Right back where we started, giving the banks the opportunity, rub their hands and say, another scam coming up.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that a shame?
That is.
And Obama worked hard to ensure that would not happen. And everybody voted for that, and they said, okay, let's protect the people again. They did away with it. Here it is right here. What is it? House backs legislation to undo most of Obama's landmark banking reforms. Republicans argued that the Dodd-Frank Act, designed to prevent another financial meltdown, makes it hard for community banks and hampers the economy, which I think is crap. Right back where we started.
Yeah.
And, millions and millions and millions of people lost their homes. Literally lost their homes because of that meltdown.
2008?
Yeah, 2008.
Yeah. Why do you think the USS Liberty attack was ignored on a 50-year anniversary? I mean, like you hear about...
I don't know. I think they probably had a priority of talking nothing. I don't watch CBS, NBC... ABC, I rarely watch those news stories. I pretty much watch other news where they just take political issues and they talk about it, and they have experts talk like CNN or NSB,
CMS, NBC.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think it was ignored because Israel attacked the United States, and it gets buried because there's a lot of Jewish ownership of radio stations and television stations. I'm not saying that to be anti-Semitic.
You could have a very, very good point there, because a lot of news is governed by ownership,
Yeah.
And advertisers who spend literally billions of dollars get off the hook. They get off the hook if there's lawsuits against them or corruption is found within the ranks. Rarely mentioned. And I could probably, if I sat down and thought about it long enough, I could come up with a lot of different instances that were just overlooked and should not have been. Should have been stories that the public deserves to know.
I think the media tiptoes around the things Israel does.
A lot of things. They tiptoe around a lot. I read an interesting book once. It's called I believe, The View from Plato's Cave, which the view when Plato said it's a blurred vision. In other words, it was written by an Associated Press news organization journalist who traveled the world investigating news stories and covering wars and so on and so forth. Okay, for 40 years he did this. And then in his last few years, he was so disappointed he would send to the New York Bureau or Washington or wherever to print or broadcast his stories. Mm-hmm. And then he finds out they distorted the stories.
Wow.
Literally distorted the stories in favor of ownership, in favor of advertisers.
Wow.
And he got out of the... Can you imagine? I mean, this is journalism. I mean, this is pure and in its purest form of truth. And that's what journalists do. Good journalists will seek out the truth regardless of who it hurts. They'll seek out the truth. And that's what they do. They have a nose for news. And it's a shame. And after 40 years of that, he wrote a book.
I think Netanyahu could punch a baby in the face and the news wouldn't report it.
I agree. I kind of think you're right. All right. So,
all right, man, thanks.
Let me go. Take care. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
All right. So lines are open, guys.